The action thriller series Rabbit Hole from Paramount Plus centers on John Weir and his struggle to overthrow a ruthless criminal bent on destroying the country's democracy. Crowley's strategy to utilize the Shared Data Act to achieve his goals succeeds in the Season 1 finale, rendering John and his friends helpless. But John still has one more trick up his sleeve that he intends to employ on Crowley. However, Crowley tries to take advantage of John's attachment to his loved ones as a vulnerability. In this match of wits between John and Crowley, the secrets emerge as we approach the bottom of the rabbit hole. What do you need to know about Rabbit Hole Episode 8 if you're wondering who survives and who dies in the end? Spoilers alert. Rabbit Hole finale recap. John and his friends are shown watching a news report of the Shared Data Act being passed by the Parliament at the beginning of the first season finale. Titled Ace in the Hole, Crowley is currently carrying out the assassination of 5 judges while using all the information at his disposal. As a result, Crowley begins the last phase of his strategy to overthrow the nation's democracy. Ben meanwhile explains to Haley Crowley's thought process. He says that Crowley will use the data at his disposal to try to establish a class structure governed by privileged individuals. They have enough proof, according to Edward Hom, to bring down Crowley. However, John and Ben believe they must first control the narrative before making the information available to the public. Ben adds that he started the Ed is Not Dead social media campaign and that he also paid Morgan Shaw to give extra attention to the news of Hom's passing and possible survival. John contacts Deborah, a trustworthy journalist, and sends her a picture of him with Hom. John is contacted by Deborah, and a meeting is scheduled. Ben is worried that even if John's strategy is successful, they won't be able to stop Crowley effectively without murdering him. When Haley stopped John from taking a risky turn, she asked FBI agent Joe Maddie to have him arrested. A strange woman is being kept hostage by some thugs somewhere else. Maddie gets an email from an unknown ID in the meantime. Before they can launch their major attack against Crowley, John orders Ben to go get his ex-wife Liv and their son Sam. After meeting Deborah, John decides to present Hom to the public on live television. Hom, however, exits Haley's vehicle after spotting a rally in his favor. As a result, a video showing Hom alive quickly gains popularity on social media. In another location, Maddie detains John as he is speaking with Deborah. John swiftly discredits the FBI though, demonstrating to Maddie how the organization was complicit in the scheme to kidnap and murder Hom. With Maddie's assistance, whom he had previously won over with the email, John deceives Agent Rash and escapes from the FBI holding facility. Ben and Liv are held hostage by Crowley's soldiers somewhere else. Hom, Haley, and John get together at the A&B News Network's headquarters. When Deborah announces a live interview with Hom, the public begins to believe that Senator Evers and the other judges' recent deaths were the result of a broader conspiracy. Crowley sends fictitious DOJ agents to the A&B office to conduct a raid and halt the transmission. John understands that it is only a diversion though. On the other side, John and Haley manage to stop the intern, Aka, Kyle, from killing Hom. Nevertheless, after finding out that Ben and Liv are in Crowley's custody, John is compelled to end the broadcast. Rabbit Hole finale ending. Does John defeat Crowley? In the last scene of the episode, Crowley compels John to stop the live broadcast before it can start, thwarting his scheme. If the man does not follow the instructions, Crowley threatens to kill Ben and Liv. John does, however, has one final trick up his sleeve that could tip the balance. But in keeping with the concept of the episode, John takes charge of the story before showing his hand. He tells Crowley the tale of how one of his rivals abducted his ex-wife. John paid a mercenary to rescue his wife as a result, but she never talked to him again. Crowley is baffled by the significance of John's story and cannot comprehend it. Liv reveals herself as the person John recruited to help him save his wife. She had always been pretending to be John's ex-wife, to ensure his ace remained uncontrolled until the very last second. John even kept her a secret from Ben. John disguised the mercenary as his ex-wife because he knew Crowley would try to get his family. As a result, the mercenary met Crowley face to face. She dispatches Crowley's goons with ease and releases Ben from captivity. She hands Ben a gun, and he kills Crowley with it, putting an end to the terrorizing rule of the criminal mastermind. As Hom is revealed to the globe and presents the evidence against Crowley, successfully revealing the plot to overthrow democracy, the live broadcast continues without any problems. Who does Ben talk to? John successfully outwits Crowley thanks to his cunning preparation and trickery. In the end, the truth is revealed, and John is likewise found to be innocent. Even though John still faces charges for his prior offenses, FBI agent Joe Maddie provides him a head start in exchange for his assistance in bringing Crowley to light. The implication is that John and Haley will begin a love relationship as they get ready to start over. Ben finds a communications device in his ear as he stands over Crowley's lifeless body in another location. When Ben puts on the device, he appears to hear a voice and detects a threat right away. The conclusion suggests that a more powerful figure was manipulating Crowley, and John would soon be led down the dark alley of yet another sinister plot. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.